writing was the way through, the pain. So, and I think it goes for a lot of musicians. Most musicians use this as a form of therapy instead of hopefully drugs.
If anything, I would say very positive.
That's great.
I was thinking of Paris, of the romantic Paris that I had in mind since I'm a kid. You know, the Paris where lovers are on the roof and they hug and they see the moon, and there's a thing about Paris, you know. And I don't know, I just did it.
So we're getting there, although we're still waiting for a couple band members. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they're smoking outside.
I saw them out there.
Oh yeah, that was them. What do you think, guys?
I'm indifferent about it. So I wrote down whatever came to mind, and
Were you
some of
dealing
it
with
was
the tragedy that you let?
Yeah, well, one that I'd rather not get into, but it ended so beautifully, So it's thus the title, Elysium, But from a dark side of a tunnel to the light side. But writing was the way through, the pain. So, and I think it goes for a lot of musicians. Most musicians use this as a form of therapy instead of hopefully drugs. So anyway, I composed and wrote down a lot of different ideas as it came to me. Didn't even think about it. So it was for me a therapy. Little taste.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. Why don't we leave you with something that you wrote, Stephane, for Woody Allen in 2011. That was a pretty good gig.
That was an amazing moment in my life, you know, because I composed this song for Midnight in Paris, which was, I didn't know back then, you know, when they asked me to write it, that it was the main song of the main title of the movie, you know. And I was very surprised actually when I went to the movies and saw that the song is playing all over the place, you know. And then I went to the Oscars, and I was guitarist of the Oscars, I was special guest of the Oscars as composer too, we played my song live. A lot of things happened. Then the soundtrack won a Grammy Award for Best Soundtrack, so a lot of good things came out of that, you know. And this song is called Bistro, Fada. And it's actually, when they asked me to write it, they said, Stephane, can you write a song that would try to capture like a musette waltz or something, that would capture the soul of Paris, you know? That was a bit vague, but in the same time it was the whole thing, you know what I mean? It was not that vague, it was like actually perfectly precise, but it's like a infinite ocean of possibilities. So I sat down and I blanked my mind and I wrote this song, and it was composed, written, recorded within 3 hours. I called my bass player, I said, come over. When it's something like that happening, there's that moment of blank, and suddenly something comes out of nowhere, and this is how that song was born. It was just how it is, you know. I was thinking of Paris, of the romantic Paris that I had in mind since I'm a kid. You know, the Paris where lovers are on the roof and they hug and they see the moon, and there's a thing about Paris, you know. And I don't know, I just did it. And it was amazing, you know, that after that to go to the premiere and stuff, like the whole connection of things, you know. And it's of course highly connected to Django, because it goes back to that. It goes back to the musette waltzes, which is the foundation of Django's language. You know, it's the alpha and the omega, it's the beginning and the end. It always comes back to that, you know.
It doesn't hurt that Midnight in Paris is a very rewatchable film too, one of Woody Allen's better movies.
Yeah, really. I love all of his movies. I'm his biggest fan, so I was like really happy to be like a part of that, you know.
Yes, we should invite him to the show.
Well, he's invited.
Hey Woody, Allen, we know you love jazz. Come on through.
All right, that would be great.
All right, guys, Bistro, Fada. Let's go out with that. Stephane Wrembel, his original tune, joining him, Thor Jensen, David Gastine.
Gastine.
Gastinin.
Gastine.
Okay. David Gastine. On guitar, Ari Fulman Cohen on bass, Nick Anderson drums, Nick Driscoll on sax. A special thank you to Al DiMeola also for joining us. Check out their show, Django A Gogo, the 2017 Music Festival, celebrating the music of Django Reinhardt this Friday at Carnegie Hall.